Good morning and happy April Fools. This is not a joke. I'm actually doing a video. I want to demonstrate a technique using layering or stamp layering with chalk effect, showing our April stamp of the month that's available April 1st through the 31st through my website at www.creatiqueinnovations.myctmh.com. I'm going to show you how to do the birdie and how to do the flower. The birdie, I use sun-kissed yellow and gray flannel, and for the flower, I use tulip and heavenly blue. We're going to first start off so that I can show you that this is a stamp set, blessed, number D1455. And it fits in this wonderful 6x6 carrier sheet. And as you can see, when I pull it out, it does come with a sponge mat. It has a couple of options here. We have some solid images that match a portion or a part of a filled aspect of our outline portions. And this is how we're going to build our image. I'm going to start with the bird here. I'm going to use, and I'm also using a 2x2 and a 3x3 block. We're going to start with our bird image, and you want to be able to place your bird image so that your the image that it matches, which would be the one right above it, which is this outline image up here in the top left-hand corner. And then we're going to place this image on the back. I'm going to be using 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 cardstock, white daisy cardstock for this. And then we're going to set this one down, and we're going to take the solid flower petal. And then the outlined image that we're going to use for the solid flower would be in the middle at the bottom, and put it on the other side for placement of the 2x2 block. And we're going to set this aside, and we're going to use this sponging area. We're also using the Versamark and a little sponge dauber as well today. So to start with our birdie image, to get the image that we had before, to get the soft muted birdie, and I'm also using the Eye Candy pearlescent chalks by Pebbles Incorporated. I'm going to start off by showing you how I got the background on my birdie. So I'm using sun-kissed yellow and gray flannel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp and make sure that I've got even coverage of my sun-kissed yellow on my birdie. And then I'm going to take my sponge dauber, and I'm just going to lightly daub with the gray around his feathers. Just going around his feathers here with that gray flannel. I want to catch the tip of his beak here, and I'm going to slowly go around just to give him a little bit more on his feathers over here, and then slightly under his undercarriage. I'm going to blow, and then I'm going to place him or stamp him onto the white daisy cardstock. Then I'm going to lift straight up, and then here you can see the wonderful image that we got, and it's because of the lighting I have to show. But you can see the shading on his undercarriage and his little feathers here. And you can also stamp over it again to get it darker, but I want to keep it a little bit lighter for our birdie here. And I'm using softer muted colors, and this will be a card that I'll post after I'm done with demonstrating the image here. Then you want to take your Versamark with the outline stamp set, with the outline stamped image on the other that you have posted on the other side. And the only thing I would caution you is just to make sure that it is aligned when you go to stamp him. And here we're going to make sure that we got his body over it. And that's what I love about the Close to My Heart, my acrylic stamps, is that you can see exactly where you're stamping each and every time. And then you're going to lift up. Now there's going to be some lines that are in here that are not quite as visible. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take my Pebbles cotton ball that's attached, and I'm going to go over the gray, and I'm just going to go and give some effect here to the swirlies with this, and it's more of a silverish type of a gray, but it still gives the same effect. And of course you can see I kind of went a little bit off kilter on the paper, and that's okay because I'm going to put some ribbon up here. So I didn't. And then you can also see that some of that flourish goes into his body as well. And all we're doing is just going over it with the chalk and then just coming around him like so. Okay, so there we have our birdie. And there is our bird effect, same as the effect that we got on this image. Only this one I was able to get onto the whole card. Compensate as you go. And that just demonstrates how we do the layering effect with that particular method. We're also going to do, I'm going to show you again, using the flower, the smaller flower image. There's a larger flower image as well here, right here along the side, and you can do it with that one. And there's a little butterfly image and another birdie image too. So on this particular one, I'm going to stamp in second generation for the Heavenly Blue for my solid flower portion. And what that means is that you will have even coverage like we did with the Sunkissed Yellow. And I'm going to use the back side of my flower. And I'm going to stamp on the sponge. That way I have a very light tinted type blue background there. And then I'm going to take my tulip, just with the little tip of the edge of my sponge dauber, I'm going to tip the edges of the flower here, just to give it some blending. And then I'm going to stamp my flower image like so, just by pressing down and lifting straight up. And then I'm going to take the versamark on the other side, just lightly tap, and then I'm going to go over the top of that flower image. And I love my see-through stamps, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do these techniques that way. Now that I've done that with my flower, I'm going to set this aside here. Now I've done that with my flower, I'm going to go over the leaves with a little bit of that sweet leaf green color that I have going on. And this is just on the leaves and the vine portion of the leaf. And you can always go back in and use a little bit of coloring if you wanted to, just to make it a little bit darker. And then I'm going to go in for my flourish portion and use a similar color as the heavenly blue there, and get these swirls and some of the color inside the flower, and pick these up here, because you're gonna give it a little bit more of a glitter effect inside that flower there. And then here we have the flower image. You can use any types of chalks with these. You could also use mica powders to do some painting with. My fabulously artsy friend at fabulouslyartsy.com. You can view one of her videos using the lindy'sstampgang.com mica powders. And I happen to not have the Sweet Treat color palette to use this, and I wanted more of a pastelish type of look for my cards. I will be posting the card up on my website, or actually on my blog here, by the end of the day at www.createekinnovations.blogspot.com. And here's to happy stamping with your blessed stamp set, available till April 31st. Thanks for watching.